welcome back to our channel,
Plots with a Twist,
where we discuss books,
amongst other things. We've been taking a little social media break.
Just a little, mental health, self-care type of thing.
So we'll get back to posting if you follow us on IG.
Please do.
We'll get back to posting some stuff on there. I think we're going to be a little bit more engaged with Instagram this year, but we just got to figure out our niche with that. But we were doing well, and then we kind of fell off, so sorry. But we're back. We took a little pause on the videos, but came back with a tag today because we're like,
one too.
Hey, let's do a tag video. Okay, so shout out to Princess of Paperback.
Here on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube. Found this cute little tag she did. So we'll link her information below with the original tag video. But it's a stay-at-home book tag because that's all we've been doing. Staying at home.
And you guys should be too because it's still a pandemic. So
right.
Or a panorama.
Right, that's what people been calling it. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so so she basically did like prompts based off of like the, I guess, typical things you normally do when you're just at home, and that prompt kind of relates to a type of book or a category of book. So the first one she put is laying in bed. So that would be book you could or have read in a day. So what book have you read in a day?
Several.
I don't think I have.
Not since I was a child, I don't think. I used to read the Babysitter's Club books. I talked about that here on this channel. And I used to read those in a day, like go through them. Because my cousin, my big cousin.
Nancy Drew.
For real? Nancy Drew?
Am I lying? I feel like I used to read Nancy Drew.
You give me Judy Blume type of girl.
I never read it. Never. I did Nancy Drew.
I wasn't a Nancy Drew.
I did Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. I love it.
Okay.
That was all the rage at the Scholastic book fair.
Right. Yes.
So, yeah, that was for me. And then I believe I read All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. Audiobook. I listened to that in one day, I believe. So I'll put that in there.
Yeah, I think I listened to that in a day too. It's short, sweet,
And very good. We like that book.
All right, for me, I don't think I've recently read a book in a day, not intentionally or not that I can recall. Everything I've picked up has been like a good sized novel. But one I think I could have read in a day had I had the time to is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, because I got through a huge chunk of that in a day. But I got a lot of things I have to do throughout my day. So reading is not going to take up an 8-hour chunk. I'm sorry. It's probably going to I can probably throughout the day do like an hour. Not even an hour. 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, maybe 30 minutes here. 5-minute little page.
I can usually read a lot before bed, but then I start getting tired. I want to put the book down.
But yeah, that's the only one I could think of that I possibly could have got through. It's probably a few more like I've read that I couldn't got through in a day, but I like that one, so I wanted to mention it. So All the Boys I Loved Before. So the next one is snacking. It's something you do when you're at home. So that would be a guilty pleasure book. So what's your guilty pleasure book?
Anything by Liane Moriarty. I don't know how you say her name, but the woman who wrote Big Little Lies and she wrote Husband's Secret. I actually was gonna pick that book as my guilty pleasure book because I just feel like.
Did you read that?
Did I read The Husband's Secret? I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did read that. Look, I did read that. I read like 3 of her books. 3. Yeah, I think 3.
The one you didn't read was what Alice Forgot. I think that's the one you didn't read, and I was reading, and you were supposed to read.
And I never did. But I will pick up more. I think her books are like guilty pleasure because it's like those little, it's like a little, almost like, it's like reading Real Housewives. Like, right. Almost, So that's what I chalk that up to.
For me, I put the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. Because I have the
My
series.
nephews read those books.
And I, sometimes I dibble and dabble into some kids' books, middle school age kids' books.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So, and like I said, I think I've said this before, like they remind me of those kind of diary type books I used to read growing up. So I think that's what my appeal, like what draws me to those types of books. So I would say that's a guilty pleasure because my grown butt not supposed to be reading them, but I do anyway.
But you enjoy them. So.
Yeah, so next one is Netflix. You do a little Netflix when you're at home. So that relates to a series you want to start. So What's a series you want to start?
A series that I want to start is the 60 Crows series by Lee Bardugo because it's a duo. It's only 2 books.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's still series. Yeah, and y'all know if you've been watching us here on the channel that I've been trying to read that book for months now. But I own it, so I'm going to get to it. But that's a series that I really, really want to start. Why?
I don't know. It just seemed like a good month to do it. February, I feel like we're going to read mostly Black authors. So
because Black History?
Yeah, but March, it's a good month. It's 31 days. Got a lot of time.
Maybe.
We'll see. For me, I was going to say the Wicked series by Gregory Maguire. But when I was looking on Goodreads, every single book had poor reviews. So I'm like, I thought this was a good series.
And make your own assessment.
I have the first book. I have the first one
have you
for
read
sure.
It?
No. So that's why I was thinking like, oh, that's a series I want to start. But I don't know. All of them was like 3.4, 3.5, 3.2.
Yeah.
Like every single
but
one.
3 is not that bad. That's not that bad. That's like very much average, I feel like.
Right. And if I would waste my time on multiple books, I want it to be like good. So I guess when you said what'd you just say, 6 of Crows? I just thought about her other series, the Shadow and Bone series.
Oh yeah.
So I'll change my answer to that because I actually bought the first one on Kindle. It was on sale. I be looking at the Kindle deals every day. Y'all shouldn't have let me get a Kindle.
Now she buying
collecting books another way that I'm not gonna read.
Books.
You better read them. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna try my best. All right. So the next one is You Deep Clean When You're at Home. So that is a book that's been on your TBR for ages.
It's a bunch, but I'm gonna go with. Okay, I put 2 because there are 2 that stood out to me. I put Room by Emma Donoghue. I don't know her name, but Emma D. And that was also made into a movie. And then I also put All the Light You Cannot.
Wait, Emma, that's a book?
Room by Emma.
I was gonna say I seen that book. Girl, about to be lying.
Yeah,
it's a book called Emma in the Night.
Is. I'm pretty sure it's a book called Emma.
So Room, and what's the other one? I'm sorry.
Right, interrupting me. All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. So that is a book. Did I make you buy that book? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we were supposed to read that a long time ago because it was just all the rage. And I have it. It's a thick book, and it's supposed to be really good. Kristen doesn't really care for historical
I like
fiction.
The fiction, the historical part to be like way in the background. Like it's
you don't
just
want it
the
to be
setting.
about this, yeah. But I think that's how this book is. Like it's set in like World War. I don't even know at this point. But that's a book I've been wanting to read forever, and it's been on my TBR forever. So yeah.
So for me, a book that's been on my TBR list forever is The Alchemist by Paulo. How you say his name? Coelho.
I think so.
I never knew how to say his
name.
name.
Get with the program. How you haven't read that book yet?
Because it's been on my TBR list forever. So yeah, it's always been. I have it. I own it. I just haven't read it, and I know it's supposed to be one of those life-changing books. One of those. Oh, it brought me so much insight. I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for that. Maybe I'm not ready for growth in that way. So maybe that's why I've avoided it. But I don't know. Maybe this year.
You should. And it's a short book. You finish it like really fast.
I can finish it in a day. All right. So the next one is Animal Crossing. Have you ever played Animal Crossing?
No, I'm not.
So for that is a book you recently bought because of hype.
The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I bought that. I think that's probably one of the last books I bought for like myself. No, I'm lying. But yeah, that's the last like popular book that I bought, and I bought it because it was all the rage. And at the time, I couldn't find it in the library. Like it was on hold for a library for like forever. So I was like, I'm gonna just buy it, and so I bought it, and it was worth the hype. So I'm not mad.
So I put the last book I bought. The last full price book I bought is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snake by Suzanne Collins. But if I'm thinking about the last book, I just bought Daisy Jones and the Six, but I already read it. And it was at Goodwill, and I knew I enjoyed it, so I just
did you
wanted
buy
it
it because of the
collection.
hype?
I bought it because I enjoyed it, so
Okay,
never mind.
so
It doesn't meet that category requirement. All right, so next one is Productivity, book you learned, or I don't like how that sound. Book that had an impact on you.
So for me, the first book that came to mind was More Than Enough by Elaine Welteroth, which I've talked about. I love that book, girl. Because at the time when I read it, I was like, yes, girl, this is me. Like, all of that type of stuff.
More than enough.
Okay, more than enough. Like, knowing my worth type of tease. But it was really good. I really enjoyed that book. I suggested it a couple of times on this
I thought you
channel.
was going to say to me. I was going to say.
To you and on this channel.
It's still in my Amazon cart.
I can't wear. But yeah, I felt like it had an impact on me because it just really like touched my heart, and I just felt like it was super relatable and all that jazz. So
okay, I feel like my pick is kind of a little controversial because the book itself didn't have like super rave reviews, but I feel like the time it came out, it was like all the rage. And then when I read it, what I got from it was impactful. I felt like it was the first kind of one of the first nonfiction books that I read that I just really enjoyed. And I, like, of course, over the years, I understand why it probably didn't sit well with so many others because it is a little bit self-absorbed in her reflection. But that's Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. I really enjoyed it at the time. Yeah. What?
I was saying really about the
mixed
thought,
reviews.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't have the best reviews, and I did see what people were saying, and I kind of can see that.
It's her life story. Of course, she's gonna be self-absorbed. People
because she's talking about herself.
They kill me, girl.
But at the time when I read it, I thought it was great. I thought it was really reflective. I thought it was like giving me a different perspective of how maybe I can view certain challenges in my life and just taking an opportunity to get to know yourself in different ways and just zeroing in on those things that make you happy, and just overall growth. Like, I thought it was great for what it was at the time. Of course, like I said, looking back, you can kind of nitpick at some of the things.
I still think it was.
But yeah, overall for me, it's still like one I'd be like, ooh, I enjoyed that book. So, Eat, Pray, Love.
Okay.
All right.
I forgot about that one.
I wrote it down. Now you remember. All right. So, the next one is FaceTime. So, a book you were gifted.
A book I was gifted was Dust Tracks on a Road by, is that what you said? By Zora Neale Hurston. My aunt gave me this book like years and years and years ago. Hey auntie, if you're watching this. But
you need to read it.
I know. But I read the other Zora Neale Hurston, and which
just
I really enjoyed. So, I think she gave me both of these books. But yeah, so she gave me that. I think she gave me both. But yeah, she definitely gave me this and was like, it's an autobiography, so I guess it's about her life and stuff. And she told me to read it and whatnot. And this was years ago, but I still haven't read it. I am though. I'm gonna read it one day.
So for me, I was thinking about books I stole from people, but that don't count. And then I recently got some cookbooks, but I don't want to mention those. So that one book, like, I can recall, like, actually part of my gift is Becoming by Michelle Obama.
But you still haven't read?
That's neither here nor there. But my BFF gave it to me. Thank you, girl. Hey, girl, how you doing? And yeah, so that was a book I was gifted. I plan to read or listen to because I'm probably not gonna read that anytime. You read it physically?
I read it.
Oh my God, you're amazing.
But you know what? I started that book and it was a little boring. But then reading it, like, she's a really good writer. I feel like you should.
I'm going to.
Anyway, I'm not. She already know how I feel about it. So I'm just gonna let her.
And then Barack's book is out, and then they said his book is like 24 hours.
Oh, I won't be reading that.
We'll see.
I'm not as interested in him as I am as Michelle.
Really?
I mean, I am, but not for real. Not as Michelle is like. I don't know. Maybe it's because she's a woman. I don't know. Maybe I'm more interested in her story.
Right. So self-care. So this is not book related, but it doesn't have to be, one thing you have done recently to look after yourself.
So many things. Y'all, my eyelashes are. Don't say nothing about my eyelashes. They're lopsided.
Mine either. I forgot to put
on. Self-care. Let me see. What did I write down? Oh, deleted IG for a time. I deleted it for the app off my phone for since beginning of December of last year. And I recently got back on it to
You know, last year was so long ago.
I know. But I recently got back on it to handle some business, but I still haven't posted or anything. I'm still trying to stay off of it because self-care. Sometimes you just gotta disconnect.
Plots with the twist page.
Yeah, and I have the that on there. And yeah, delete IG and ignore people. Just sometimes self-care is not picking up your phone and not answering, you know, calls and texts and just taking some time to yourself. And I do that anyway, but I really had to like hone in on that and like do that this last like month or so. I feel like just, you know, fresh start, new year, all that, and just for my own mental health. What about you, Kristen?
I swear, what I do? I bought me some shea butter. So I bought some. I've been wanting, or I haven't been moisturized. I haven't been moisturizing on the level. I'm not ashy. I've been moisturizing on the level of moisture I like. I like butters. I like thick. I can layer it on. Like, was I a Vaseline baby or something? Like, I don't know why I like such thick layers of moisture, and I haven't had any shea butter for a while because I'm particular about my shea butter, the consistency, especially if it's like whipped shea butter.
Snob.
Yeah, I'm a shea butter snob. So I tried this site. What is it called? I don't know how to say it. I'll link her information below too. Galore. But she had a little trio I went ahead and tried, and it came with a sugar scrub. So I've been trying to exfoliate my skin, take better care of my skin, because I have peaks and valleys where I do really well, and then other times when it's because I'm doing so well, it's like, I don't need to wash it. I do the same thing
with like my
skincare. But I've been trying to kind of get everything like well moisturized. So it seems so simple, but I purchased some shea butter. Yep, I'm a shea butter baby. Okay. All right, and the last bonus question she has here is, name a book coming out soon. To me, let's flip that question. A book coming out soon or just came out that we want to read.
Okay.
Boom. Go.
So for me, it's a book called This Close to Okay by Lisa Cross Smith. I think that is her name.
She just saw that book.
Just saw the book, read the synopsis, and I love the artwork. And I said, I want to read that. Just the story, because I'm a sucker for like little love stuff and like people like finding love in like weird places. So, and that's what it seemed like that book is about. It's about a therapist who stops somebody from jumping off a bridge, and then he comes to live with her, and they find healing together. That's what the synopsis said. So I'm interested. I want to read it.
Anxious People.
I almost bought that from Target the other day.
You should have.
But I didn't. It was $20.
For me, a book. Well, this one already came out. I thought it was still like on pre-order, but I just checked Amazon and it's officially released, and that's Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. So yeah, I said anything she comes out with, sign me up automatically, and this is her latest. I don't know what it's about, but I think from the cover, it looked like her first time with a male lead. But I could be wrong. You know, that's part of not doing research. You can always be wrong. So, so yeah, I plan to actually purchase that and read it some point. Black History Month. I can read it then. So I might read that next month. But yeah, that's one that just came out that I want to read. All right, so that's pretty much it. If you have any particular books that fit in any of these categories that you want to mention to us, feel free to let us know. Engage a little bit in that comment section below. Like this video, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when we post something, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.